Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you are warmly welcome. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and if you are a returning subscriber, you already know I love you, right? So in today's video we are going to be making a big pot of groundnut soup. So if you would like to know how I achieved this, then please kindly continue watching the video. So firstly, I need to apologize for losing my footage here. All I did was to blend some tomato and then some red peppers as well, and I sieved it into a pot containing my groundnut paste. So this is it. So I in here I have my groundnut paste as well as my sieved blended tomatoes and red pepper. So you add a bit of water and you stir till it dissolves completely, exactly as you see me doing in the video. So I'm going to stir this to prevent it from sticking to the pan or burning. Stir it continuously till it starts to boil like this, and then the oil starts to settle on top. So just like this is coming together. When so much oil settles on top, then you know it's completely ready. But periodically stir it to prevent it from burning. So you see, when it gets to this stage, please be careful so you don't burn yourself, because you can easily burn yourself at this point. So now I think it's ready. I'm going to take it off the heat, and then in another big pot I'm going to wash thoroughly my proteins and then transfer it in there. So these are some of the proteins that I was using: some tolo beef, some goat intestine, some beef, and other stuff. So you can use any protein of your choice, it doesn't matter at all. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this Maggi cube, and then I think a little bit of salt as well. This beef is salted already, so you don't need so much salt, because as well you can add up but you can't take out the salt. So you have to be careful with the amount of salt that you add from the beginning. If at the end everything comes together and you think you don't have enough salt, all you have to do is add some more. Okay, so at this point I blended my bakposhito and onions. If you've noticed a pattern here, you can see every time I cook, the main ingredients I use to spice up my proteins are bakposhito and onions. So I pour the content onto the proteins, and I'm going to stir for everything to be thoroughly mixed. At this point you are going to cover to let it cook for about 10 minutes, because these proteins are a little tough. So this is also a perfect way to steam it as well, cook it to become a little tender. So you are going to stir this and then allow it to simmer for some few minutes as well. So at this point I'm going to transfer my crabs in there. I've thoroughly washed this, and then take off some of the parts that are not needed. I'm going to share a video with you how to thoroughly wash your crabs. So that's exactly what I did. And at this point, I think it's perfect to transfer in our groundnut paste. Some people, when they are preparing groundnut soup, don't fry or say boil their groundnut paste before they use it. That is totally fine by them, but in my household we always fry it or say cook it before we transfer it into our proteins to continue the cooking process. Because as my grandma will always tell you, in Katie here on too, that means groundnut needs like so much attention. If you don't take care, you are going to, visit the loo after you eat this. So to prevent that, you have to first boil it or fry it before you transfer it into your protein and then continue your cooking process. So after transferring the content, I washed the bowl and I emptied it into our soup. So this is what we have at this moment. I'm going to transfer some blended shrimps into our mixture and then stir for everything to be perfectly combined. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, when preparing groundnut soup, my grandma would say, "Sando kekila, it needs to be on the fire for long, so that it doesn't send anyone to the loo immediately after eating." So I'm going to transfer my adodi. It's some sort of protein, and then my momone or mud fish into our soup at this point. Cover it and let it boil. So just as you can see, it's coming together, but it's not ready. I'm going to stir again and let it continue cooking. So as I mentioned earlier, on this channel I don't cook with a lot of seasoning. I'm adding one more because, as you know, this is a big pot. So you see, this whole pot of soup, I just use 2 cubes of Maggi. So that should tell you that I don't cook with a lot of seasoning. I don't personally know what seasoning does to the soup other than changing its taste totally, and I don't like that at all. So I rather use the natural spices. So at this point, I'm going to wash my mackerel, smoked mackerel and tuna, and then transfer it into our soup. So if you prefer adding some more seasoning, you can as well do that. Some of these seasoning, like, they just don't do anything other than change the taste of your soup or stew completely. I'm not saying all of it. Some, do what it has to do, but I don't see the purpose of most of them. So I rather just use just Maggi cubes and then natural shrimp, then papushito and onions, those kind of stuff. Those ones let you maintain the taste of your soup. So as you can see, you have transferred my mackerel and tuna into our soup. It's looking all good. You see the oil settle on top like this, that means it's ready, if not almost ready. So yes, our soup is looking good already. I'm going to cover again and let it boil for some 10 minutes, and then our soup is ready. All you have to do is serve and enjoy with your family. I had some crabs in there and other assorted protein. Thank you all so much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Thank you all so much. I love you all. Bye.